Welcome to Domino Miah Games. I am Miah, joined as always by the architectural Domino. Is that a word?
Architectural, yes.
Okay, there you go. Domino knows a lot about buildings.
I do. I have studied architecture for many years, actually. At one point, I had briefly thought about being an architectural drafter, someone who designs buildings and then everyone builds it for me because I didn't want to do the mathematics. I've drawn many buildings. You've seen some of my drawings, designs.
Designed many a building, and you're one of those types of people who legitimately can say that you've thought about being an architecture, or an architecture. Is that the word for it?
Well, that's the name of the study, architecture.
What are you if you build buildings?
An architect. An architect.
Architect. There you go.
There are various different types of architects, though. My great uncle is an architect. He has designed some buildings in Pittsburgh.
Cool.
I can actually point out some the next time we visit.
So you're one of those few people who actually really likes the craft of it. You're not just somebody who kind of fell into it because it's money and you're decent at it, which seems to be kind of, I don't know, I think it's the safe thing for cities to do, to find people who just, this is what I do it for money. Because when you start hiring artists to do it and stuff, they're very picky.
Yes.
They start throwing wrenches into the city's plans, like, no, you're doing it this way, or if you cut out the atrium, you're essentially cutting the heart out of the building. So you want to cut the heart out of my creation. Is that what you're trying to say?
I can let everybody know right now a brief little history lesson. The skyscraper was no longer personal after the Art Deco age ended. The most personalized building ever designed and built was my personal favorite building, which was the Chrysler Building. After that was built, it had a lot of its fans. It was widely accepted later. Now it's a historical landmark. It did have some haters, too, who thought it was overdone. And they said, no longer are we going to build skyscrapers for personal use. They're going to be for, what is needed.
Yeah.
And architecture for personal use went into homes. Then came the mid-century era after that. And people designed homes whatever the way they wanted to. I have to say, in architecture, my least favorite decade would be the late 60s going through the 70s, known as the Brutalist era, which was just all big blocks. They were tall, rectangular, square buildings, and they were very unoriginal. But they were very practical, and they were built very well, I will give them that, but they're just not nice to look at.
You can tell no artist made them.
Yeah.
So
They're just tall squares.
Yep. And they were made by the lowest bidder. The person who said, I can build this building for you with my contract company, and I can make it for the cheapest amount of money humanly possible. So
now we are in an era where we're remembering the past. There is references to Art Deco age, which is one of my favorites. We've also adopted styles from other countries, particularly Asia or the Middle East even. We've adopted many different types of styles in architecture over the years, and now there's a mixture of it all over the world. And we do build interesting buildings now that are very futuristic looking, and some of them reference the past, but they are not privately owned. They're owned by companies for their practical use, because we don't do personal ones anymore.
If it's like Ghostbusters, some madman might build the building, and
I love that. The building in Ghostbusters, known as the Shandor Building officially, and according to its lore, I love that building. I have copies of renderings of it and everything, like from official wikis and stuff, because I love Ghostbusters. But the Art Deco age was the best. Most beautiful buildings in the world were built during that time, I feel.
Domino knows so much about buildings. You can actually show him a random building that doesn't exist, like it was obviously made for like some sort as like a
like an asset?
An asset, yeah.
An asset or a prop or...
It was obviously just built as a cheap asset that doesn't represent anything, but he can actually say that's actually based off of this building.
Or at least this style.
In this, either this style, or you can actually say it's actually a combination of these two buildings that really exist in real life.
Yeah, I've actually shown you things like that before.
Yeah. So much so, you can show Domino a skyline, and he can instantly identify the skyline, not just by a single building, but by the buildings inside of it, its surroundings, its everything like that, which is the inspiration behind the video you're about to watch, which hopefully you're still watching. This is Domino's going to identify some skylines, and he's gonna tell us what they are.
Yes, I love cities and metropolitan areas. I'm someone who's also likes to live privately at home in a quiet spot, but I like to travel to cities and see these gigantic towers that mankind has made.
Mm-hmm.
And because they're fascinating, like the stuff that we have been able to accomplish.
Mm-hmm. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show Domino these random skylines, and he's going to identify them. Yes, you're going to identify these skylines, and we're going to see exactly how long. I actually have 20. I have 20 skylines all chosen
20
at random. And I had to pick 20 because there is a good chance Domino may just guess these instantly. And that's not much of a show. So.
Sometimes I may take a few minutes to look over the whole surroundings of it, depending on what the picture is. We'll see.
All right. Let's get started. He's going to try to identify this skyline.
Ooh, this is interesting.
Ooh, I may have got one. I didn't want to pick stereotypical angles either. Mm-hmm. I made sure that not only will I choose things different times of day and different times of night, but also I didn't want stuff from like the Travelers Bureau website or something like that, where it's from the best angle possible.
I rather like this tower. It's clearly based out of the space age in the 60s. It was probably when it was built. Those mountains in the background... this is either Asia or it's Mexico. Well, no, maybe not Mexico. But the way the skyline looks, it looks very modern. A lot of those buildings were probably built in the late 70s through the 80s. And it's just giving me kind of Asian vibes a little bit, not historically Asian architecture, but modern. Or it's of Mexico or South America someplace.
What could it be?
I'm not going to say it's Kyoto. I don't think it's Kyoto. But, okay, first of all, are we in Asia?
We're in Asia.
Okay. We're in Asia. Are we in Japan?
We are in Japan.
Okay. Is that Kyoto?
It is Kyoto.
Okay.
This is Kyoto, Japan.
Okay. It kept kind of coming to me like, should I say Kyoto or should I not? But yeah. All right.
Yes, that was Kyoto, Japan. So, do you know any facts about Kyoto, Japan, or is it just a simple little city?
What you see right there is its primary skyline. Most of Kyoto prides itself in the history and the historical aspects of Japan. It's where you go if you want to see historical parades or if you want to buy traditional kimonos. They are modern, but just the downtown area is where they do all their business. Mm-hmm. The surrounding areas is very rural and beautiful. They have old temples there that I really love.
Sadie does her business in a box. All right, now you're guessing this. Where is this?
We are in Europe.
We're in Europe. Wow.
It looks like Europe.
We went all the way from Asia to Europe. Where are we? If we're in Europe, where are we?
It's very I'm telling you right now that these buildings predate the Art Deco era. This is like the Renaissance period. Not Renaissance. Colonial period?
You think something that big was built in the colonial period? Really? That's super tall for a colonial period.
No, I'm not talking about colonial designed homes. Or possibly even during it. It's just not in that style. But those windows look a little bit modern in the tallest building. It almost looks like we're somewhere in Germany or maybe Norway or Sweden. Switzerland, maybe? Oh, there's a bridge in the background.
Can you identify that bridge? That's one thing. You need to look around the pictures and see if you notice any little structures.
The long trestle.
Because like I said, I picked some skylines, and you're not going to see the most famous things possible right off the bat. You're going to have to look close.
Oh yeah, and but when we were thinking about this, I told Maya to try to do some things like that. Because I can identify the most popular towers all around the world, and that would just give things right away.
All around the world.
Alright, are we in Europe?
We are not in Europe.
Oh, that's fascinating. Where are we?
You give up?
Now, I want to know where we are first.
We're in North America.
This is Canada, isn't it?
Where in Canada?
Yes.
Where in Canada?
It's not Montreal. Is this... Oh, is that famous hotel? I think they filmed a movie there. I don't think it's Toronto, is it?
No, this is not Toronto.
Yeah, I didn't think it was Toronto. Toronto's much more modern. Is this near Ottawa?
I'm not too familiar with how close certain provinces are to each other. I will tell you this. They don't like being a part of Canada.
Oh. Are we near Montreal?
Pretty close, yeah.
This is Quebec.
This is Quebec, Canada.
Yes, it's Quebec City.
Look how fancy schmancy it is.
It's beautiful.
I like it. Very, very Euro-inspired.
I did guess it.
Yep. Very Euro. What movie were you thinking of?
There's a movie about people, like a bunch. It's like an all-star cast movie. I'm not sure what it's called, but they all stay at a huge... I think it's... And you know what? It's not even in Canada. It's called the Grand Budapest Hotel.
Is it like a...
I know Johnny Depp's in it, and he plays a character called Mordecai or something. And he's got like this fancy mustache that looks like Poirot.
All right. Where is this?
This is in America.
You think?
Yes. Some of these buildings are from the 80s. They're the Renaissance period, which actually is very popular in Pittsburgh.
So you think it's up north, maybe?
No, the Renaissance period happened all around the country.
All around the country.
Oh wait, let me see this. There's a clock tower right there too. Nice.
Yes, Domino is very familiar with clock towers in particular.
This almost looks like Boston.
Boston? Best and strong.
Is this Boston?
You give up?
I'm taking a guess.
Boston? It is not Boston.
It's not Boston. Okay.
It is not Boston.
I will give an explanation as to why I thought it was at first, but it does seem like a northern city to me. I don't think it's Cleveland though, because I recognize Cleveland pretty well.
Life in a northern town.
What's the city?
This is Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Minneapolis. Okay, they too have a very famous clock tower, and it's actually shown in the movie Jingle All the Way very briefly.
Jingle all the way.
Okay, the clock tower is very similar to the one that's in Boston, and I actually want to visit it one day. Because there's an observation deck at the top. All right, so that's one I didn't get, but it is a northern city.
Let's try to get easier here. Just a little bit easier.
Now, I don't know if you're doing a trick. Because did you know that there are several Eiffel Tower replicas in the world?
Yeah, we've been past a few. We have some right near us.
There's one in China that is almost exactly like the real one, but no one's ever been, done exactly like the real one.
I don't know why you'd think I'd do a trick on you. I told you we were going to do an easy one, so...
Well, I happen to know that the Eiffel Tower stands right next to a river.
There's a river there.
Is there?
Yeah, just can't see it.
Is this Paris?
No, this is not Paris.
I didn't think it was. I didn't think it was.
Look how Parisian it is, though. It has to be Paris, right?
No. It's somebody doing a replica of the Eiffel Tower because nobody can be original when they build their landmarks these days.
Do you want me to tell you what it is?
I'm curious. Which replica is it?
This is Taiyan Duxing in Hangzhou Zhejiang province in China.
It's the one in China. Yeah, it's the one in Hangzhou. Zhejiang. I had to employ their language.
Why can't they just use spoons and knives like regular
the
people?
Chinese language is interesting. I like Japanese much more, but the way it's pronounced, it can be interesting. I knew that wasn't the real one, though.
Where is this?
Oh, that's a lovely building, the one in the center. That's Art Deco there, or at least... Yeah, that's an Art Deco.
Would you believe me if I told you I've been in a lot of these buildings? Or few. I won't say a lot.
It's not Charlotte.
No, years.
It's just you've said that you've been in some of these buildings, and I'm just trying to... Charlotte's much bigger. Well, it's either going to be... I think it might be Winston-Salem. Or it could be Raleigh. Are we in North Carolina?
We're in North Carolina.
Okay.
Oh, you mean the picture? No. We're in...
I've been past the city. I recognize it. Well, I recognize a lot of cities, but I've actually been past this one.
You seen it with your own papers?
Is it Winston-Salem?
This is not Winston-Salem.
But then it must be Raleigh.
This isn't Raleigh.
Is it Greensboro?
This is Greensboro.
Okay,
Greensboro!
That's the last guess. Yeah, you don't always think of Greensboro right away because it doesn't sound like a city. It sounds like a town, and it's actually bigger than people think.
In the 70s and 80s, this was kind of considered the entertainment capital of the South. Like, this was it. If Elvis was coming to town, if Kiss was coming to town, if wrestling was coming to town, they're going to Greensboro.
Well, you did say that a lot of wrestling happened there.
Yeah, it was the wrestling capital of the world. People want to say it was Memphis. It was not. It was Greensboro.
I rather like their tallest tower. Very nice Art Deco structure. I like its crown.
I remember seeing this being forced to watch this episode of like America's Got Talent, and they came to Greensboro and they were trying to play it off like it was some podunk Mayberry town with one stoplight. And like they were playing banjo music in the background and stuff, and and yet then they cut to the show and there's 100,000 people in the audience. And like, how does this make sense, guys? Anyway, Greensboro. All right. Where's this?
Very beautiful Beaux Arts style building.
Beaux Arts. The hell is Beaux Arts?
Well, it's French style,
Bo.
but it doesn't mean that we're in France. In fact, I think we're in Germany.
Really?
Is this Leipzig?
This is not Leipzig.
Are we in Germany?
No, we're not in Germany.
That's interesting, because there's a lot of German-style buildings here.
You'd almost think this place is run by a bunch of Germans secretly. Wink, 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 wink.
So it could possibly be in America.
Yeah, I bet it could. Yeah, there's lots of places like this in America.
Like those little...
Yeah, little German
little
towns. The little pocket German towns.
We're not in America, though, are we?
I don't know. No, we're not in America.
I didn't think we were. The greenery is too green.
The land too vast.
Do not eat them because they are too green.
Let me see the picture again. I like seeing things up close. I don't have terrible vision, okay, people? It's just I like to look at details.
The laptop's closed, hon.
Those rolling kind of... No, they're not rolling hills, but rolling fields in the background. Really picturesque. Are we in the United Kingdom?
We are in the United Kingdom.
Okay. Is this Ireland?
No, this is not Ireland.
So this is either England or Scotland, and I'm sort of leaning a little bit more towards Scotland.
Interesting.
Is that where we are?
No, we are not in Scotland.
All right, we're in England then.
We're in England. But where are we? Where are we in England? I do not know this place. That's not how English people sound, I know, but... There's a good... if you want a hint, hon, there is a good chance you could go to this place and you could learn to be an architect.
But you can learn to be an architect in many places.
This place has special places where you can learn these things.
Well,
and become certified.
Well, I mostly think of London, but it doesn't look like London. London's gigantic, though. It's not Leeds, is it?
No.
Okay. Alright.
This is Oxford, England.
Oh, Oxford. I didn't think of Oxford, you know? Yeah.
Yep. They got classes and everything there. You can get yourself educated.
That's pretty much the gist of Oxford skyline, too. Like, it's not a place where, it's very old-fashioned.
It's similar to Chapel Hill here in North Carolina.
It's an old-fashioned town.
Where is this?
We're in China.
How do you know?
Because I recognize the pagoda.
Pagoda?
We are in China, right?
We're in China.
Yeah. Beijing?
Nope.
Oh, where is that pagoda? I don't... This is not Shanghai. Shanghai is bigger. Shanghai is one of the largest cities in the world.
Look at all the old-timey stuff.
Well, that's why I thought Beijing at first, which is the ancient capital. And it's not Hong Kong. I don't think it's Guangzhou either. Northern or southern China?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Peking.
Peking duck? No.
I know where we are, at least. I just have to figure out which town. You know how many cities are in China?
A lot. I just picked ones with skylines.
Oh, wait a minute. Is this Chongqing?
No, it's not chunky.
And no, Chongqing is bigger. And they suffer from earthquakes often.
Chunky earthquakes.
Tianjin?
Nope.
Alright, go ahead and tell me, I'm curious.
This is Xi'an, China. Xian, China.
Oh. I do know the pagoda, though. I've seen that many times.
Dian?
I have a model of one in my city game that I play. So now I know what town it's come from, then.
Where is this?
Very modern city. A lot of modern buildings, too. Probably has not looked like this in the last 20 years. Or maybe 30 years. It's grown. We're not in Florida because there's mountains in the background. Is this, are we in America?
We are in America.
We are, okay. What, area of America?
We are out west.
Almost looks like Portland. Or maybe even a portion of Seattle, but...
Looks nice and warm there, wherever it is.
Yeah, I was thinking, it's not northwest because of the palm trees in that one area down there. Is this southwest?
Yes, this is southwest.
Oh, wait. Can you bring that back up for a moment? I think I recognize something. Is this San Diego?
This is San Diego.
I recognize the Emerald Plaza. I didn't quite see it at first. The Emerald Plaza is right there. The building that looks like it's got steps. I love the way it glows at night.
See, I told you I'm finding angles that you're not familiar with. But you're familiar with the cities.
Yes.
So, how old is this skyline, you think?
Oh, it definitely has grown in the last 30 years. It's not very old at all.
All right.
San Diego has definitely grown since we've been around. They started to grow in the 80s, I'd say. With their skyline, at least.
Where is this?
We in Canada.
We are not in Canada.
Just had to see for a moment. Oh, where?
Not only have you seen them, you've seen them with your eyes, hon. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Those two towers.
With your very eyes. You've been past them many a time.
Well, then they're not the ones that I'm thinking of, then. Maybe. Well, no, maybe they are.
I'm not going to say many a time. We've been past them. And I remember you even mentioning, look at those. Ooh, I wonder what those are.
I've seen these buildings before. I have them in my game. They each light up differently on the crown, but they're not lit right now. Is this our state?
This is not our state.
Is it the Northeast?
It is not the Northeast.
Okay. So this is south.
Yep.
It's not Atlanta, is it?
Close.
What? Wait a minute. No, it can't be Atlanta. Atlanta's much bigger. The one thing about Atlanta, though, I'm not saying that it is. Atlanta can be hard to identify its skyline sometimes because it's spaced out. There's portions of it that are all spaced apart.
Really, the only reason I even know about this city is because we have been in it, because we were on our way to Atlanta, and you noticed the buildings, and you liked them, and I was pretty sure that you would know what it was.
We're on our way.
Yes.
So is this in South Carolina?
No. This is in Georgia.
But Atlanta's like right at the top of Georgia.
This is in Georgia.
It's in Georgia. I'm a little bit confused right now because I've been, I, in my perspective, I've been tossed around the different places. Go ahead and tell me what this one is. I don't
This is Sandy Springs, Georgia.
See,
We've been through it. We've been through Sandy Springs, Georgia.
I must have been tired or something because I don't remember the name of that city at all.
Maybe.
The buildings I recognize.
But I thought I'd throw a little wrench in there. What are these buildings based off of? Because they don't seem like they belong in Georgia.
They're from the late Renaissance period. They have some architectural Art Deco influences there, especially around the crowns. Art Deco buildings are often identified with their setbacks, where they'd be tall and then they'd set back a little bit like a crown, steps leading upward. It was actually a very genius design for its time because it helped with the wind and it helped against ground shaking.
Where's this?
It looks like Tower Bridge in London.
We're in London? That's what you're saying?
No. It looks like it's similar to it, though.
So you're saying we're in London?
I didn't say that. I said it's similar. Are we in Europe?
We are not in Europe.
Okay. What part of the world is this? Okay, wait. Are we in America?
No, we're not in America.
Are we in Canada?
No, we're not in Canada.
Asia, then.
Really? But that looks like England. How could we be in Asia?
Because it's built in reference to it. Tower bridges only have one set of structural support on the sides, not in the front. It's really pretty, though. Hold it up a bit more. Tilt. So we're in Asia. We are in Asia.
We're in Asia.
Are we in China again?
Yes, we're in China.
You know, I'm not bashing China at all. It's just they build a lot of replicas.
We are in Suzhou, China.
I've never heard of that town, so can I see the name of it? Maybe I've seen the name.
Suzhou.
Oh, Suzhou.
Suzhou.
Yeah, I've seen the name, but I didn't know they had a Tower Bridge replica. That's actually very interesting.
I got these pictures from a column actually called the Copycat Cities of China.
Yep. That sounds about right.
Dubai does it too, apparently. Or not Dubai.
Yeah. Dubai.
Is it Dubai?
Yes,
Dubai does
Dubai is very famous for... Well, they have their own architectural wonders, but they are building what is known as... loosely known as Dubai of the world. It's like they're taking famous designs all around the world and they're building their own kind of world, essentially, to where their residents can visit the entire world without leaving the city. That's what they want to do.
All around the world. Where's this?
That bridge looks like it's in reference to the Sydney Harbour Bridge in Sydney, but it's not. Just the design is very similar. It's
So
smaller and
You're saying we're in Australia.
No, I'm not. I was explaining how it's in reference to it.
Ass whap.
All right, are we in America?
We are in the good old US of A, I tell you what.
In the Midwest?
We're not in the Midwest, Toto.
Is this close to us or not?
I'm going to say no, it's not very close to us, but...
Is it in our time?
Just barely, yes.
So I'm thinking... Tennessee, way up. And that would be... Oh, wait a minute. Maybe it's south of that. Is this a southern or northern city?
It's just barely southern.
Just barely southern. Okay.
Looks like a meth town, doesn't it?
It's a town that looks like it's starting to grow.
Or at least tried to in the 70s and just gave up.
Sorry to any viewers who were there.
Oh, no, completely. Understand completely.
Are we in Iowa?
We are not in Iowa.
Okay, are we near Tennessee like I was guessing before?
We're around Tennessee, yes. Little ways away from Tennessee, but...
We in Kentucky?
No.
No, that's too far north.
Believe it or not, we are almost Middle America. Like Kansas, like Texas.
So then they're not in our time zone then?
Like I said, just barely. They are. It is pretty much by most people considered southern.
But this one's making me very curious.
And the only reason I know about this place, probably like a lot of Americans and maybe foreigners, is that we had a president from this place. A president.
Go ahead and tell me. I'm very curious.
This is Little Rock, Arkansas.
Okay, I was almost going to say Arkansas, but I didn't know if that was too far south.
Little Rock, Arkansas, because of the whole Texarkana area.
It's so confusing around all that area, you know.
It's the split. It's where you leave the South and go to
and
crazy South. Normal South to crazy South.
I wasn't going to guess a large city because it's not a large city. Little Rock is a smaller city. No, I actually very much like this, believe it or not. I know some of them I haven't guessed right away, but I like seeing the different angles of the cities because I've seen Little Rock skyline before, not in person, but it's been a while.
Been a while.
And no, it has not grown much. And that's not an insult to you, Little Rock. It's just, or any of the viewers that live there, it's just you haven't grown much.
You just need to work on yourself. Where is this? The smaller picture, so.
Is this in South America?
Close.
close to South America.
Close.
So it's North America.
Close.
Are we in North?
Yes.
We are. Okay. So is this Mexico or near?
Yes.
It is Mexico.
Yes.
Mexico. This isn't Mexico City, is it?
No. I could give you a hint, but it would be more of an experimentation on your memory as to what I've told you in the past.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
What would that hint be?
You want it?
Yeah.
This is where my grandfather was born.
Oh yeah, because Miah, you're half Aztecan.
Yes.
You're
He was
Aztecan
a
Native American.
native in Mexico, so he didn't have Spaniard blood in him, but he was a native.
You are half Aztecan. I've actually found your lineage very fascinating to me. Guadalajara?
Nope, that is not where my grandfather's from.
No. It's not Chihuahua, is it?
This is Chihuahua.
Okay.
This is Chihuahua, Mexico.
Okay, yeah. And I remember, I think we were talking about Chihuahua dogs, and you mentioned something. All right. Well,
This is
I
also.
did get it in the end.
Oh, what was that actor's name? Anthony Quinn was from Chihuahua, Mexico. I believe.
Huh.
Yeah. He was born Manuel Antonio Rodolfo Quinn Oaxaca. Anyway, yeah. Where is this shiny place? This shiny pillar of life.
This is nice. It
It's
almost.
the city of the future.
I can almost tell you right now that that building in the center might actually be a rendering of what they're going to build.
I may have messed up then getting this.
No, it's fine because that tower is familiar. Is this Auckland?
Yes, you got it. It's Auckland, New Zealand. So it's not real. That's not a real building.
No, not yet.
Okay. Are any of the buildings real?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah, all of them except for the one in the middle.
Where are we?
Oh, I've seen this. We're in America.
Yes, we're in America.
Is this Colorado Springs?
This is not Colorado
Is
Springs.
it Denver?
This is not Denver.
Okay. No, Denver's much bigger, but it looks similar. I know I'm not always looking at it directly. I have to see it and then I have to scour my memory bank library.
Library. Your library.
I want to do one question. Are we kind of like near the southwestern deserts, even though there's snow?
We are not.
Okay, so we are going toward the north.
Mhm. We're in the
West.
We're in the northern United States.
That's Salt Lake.
No, this is not Salt Lake.
Cheyenne.
No.
No, Cheyenne's smaller.
Folks, I think I got him.
Boise?
Ooh, where? No.
Boise.
It's not Boise.
Can you bring it up to me again? I know I've seen it before. It's near the mountains. Helena.
No.
We're not.
No.
Okay.
Give up?
What? Yeah, for now.
We are in Anchorage, Alaska. You don't get much more
That
northern United States than
Doesn't
Anchorage.
look like
Alaska.
Anchorage.
This is Anchorage,
no, the
Alaska.
reason I got confused because it doesn't look like Anchorage. It looks like all the places that I've guessed. I've seen that.
Yeah, this is Anchorage, Alaska.
All right.
Very northern United States, wouldn't you say?
Oh, this is fun.
Where are we?
We in America.
No, we are not.
Yeah,
in
I
America.
didn't think we were. Is this Europe?
No, this is not.
So is it Asia then?
Yes, this is Asia.
It's not China again, is it?
No, this is not China.
Okay. All right. I'm just going to take my first actual city name guess. Is this Jakarta, Indonesia?
This is not Jakarta, Indonesia.
Because there's a building that looks similar to that one. Singapore?
Nope.
Are we in Japan?
We are not in Japan.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Japan.
Just shooting my shot here.
It's not Manila, is it?
No, it's not Manila envelope. No.
Manila's in the Philippines. Oh, wait. Are we in Thailand?
We are in Thailand.
Thailand. So is this Bangkok?
This is Bangkok, Thailand.
But I almost said Taiwan, but that's completely different.
It's a very shardy looking building.
Yeah.
Glass shard.
That Bangkok. Bangkok's actually really grown in the last 20, 30 years.
Oh yeah, their tourism. It's like Las Vegas it's like a Las Vegas city that's not just a little strip, you know, the whole city is Las Vegas.
Yeah, another city that's like that is Macau, China. They are like the Las Vegas of the world. It's what Las Vegas wants to be.
It used to be farmland, and then they kicked the guy's livestock out, and he was like, Macau! Where are we?
Yeah. We're in Buffalo, New York.
Yeah, we are. That was quick. How'd you know? How
That-
did you know?
Because I know that building over there.
I don't see any buffaloes in there. What
That's,
did
that's Buffalo City Hall over there on the left side. It's a very famous Art Deco building.
Well, I guess I'm just a fool.
I've always
A
wanted to see it.
fool in love.
Apparently when I was really little, I have been to Buffalo and I don't quite remember it.
Been to Buffalo. Where are we?
This place is really growing. And recently.
A city on the grow.
So colorful. I don't want to say this to be mean, but the buildings lack character.
Did you hear that? Beep, beep, beep. City?
It's just, every city has a personality to it, and this one, I think, is trying to find its personality.
We're trying to find ourselves, and we appreciate you being patient with us at this unprecedented time.
Are we in Asia?
We are not in Asia. Wow, hon. Interesting. Interesting.
Are we in America?
We are in North America, yes.
Are we Canada?
We are not in Canada.
We're in America?
We're in a Moronica.
This one's kind of confusing me a little bit. I'm actually going to say, go ahead and tell me, because I'm a little bit thrown.
You don't even want to just throw something out there?
Because the cities that I'm thinking of are not it. I know that.
You absolutely sure? You don't want to just throw something out there? Anything?
Because the cities that are coming to my mind are not it.
But it's a city growing right now. You don't know if the last time you saw it, it grew up, and you're like, wait a minute.
It grew up.
Hey,
Bigger than
that city's
what I thought.
that city's hot now. It grew up.
Dateable now.
Submissive and breedable city.
No, go ahead and tell me. It's okay.
This is Austin.
It's Austin. Austin, Texas, the capital of Texas. Well, I will let you know that the most interesting skylines of Texas are in Dallas and Houston. They have the most interesting buildings, although Dallas more so.
Where are we?
We're in Europe.
Where in Europe, though? If we're in Europe.
Your evil French laugh. Is this No, that's not the Are we near or in Germany?
We are not near or in Germany.
Yeah.
A little ways from Germany.
It's not Glasgow, is it? No. Or Belfast? Dublin.
Yes, we're in Dublin, Ireland.
Yeah.
Domino got one.
I've gotten several. It just took me a...
Can you believe it?
Belfast was getting closer.
Where are we?
Hell? Hold on. Is
Don't-
this from someone's backyard?
On a flip phone? With a thumbprint on it?
Are we in Europe?
No, we're not in Europe.
I don't know where we are. I'm actually gonna say that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do this to you. This was Gaoquio, China. It's one of their copycat cities.
Okay, what are they copycatting? The freaking outskirts of England or
It's
something?
like Finland.
Oh, like Finland.
Yeah, like where they have like the Dutch little Dutch boys in the wooden shoes come
Alright,
clogging up to you and
alright,
smack
that's
you on the
cute.
butt. They're like, "Would you like a beer?" I don't know if that's how they sound, but
It would be cute. Yes. Yeah, that one was like really difficult. I will say that.
that one angered me.
It kind of.
That was it.
That was all of them.
Yep, that was all 20. That was it. That was all 20.
That was actually very fascinating. I
Yeah.
actually really liked that. I liked seeing some of these cities from different angles, and some that I have not seen for a little while. Austin actually surprised me because the last time I had seen it, it definitely didn't look like that. I don't look at Austin very often, and I've never been there. Oxford threw me off a little bit too.
I think if we do this again, I may choose more recognizable angles. Just because it may not have been as fair. There may have been a lot more stuff you would have noticed, a lot more stuff you would have been able to comment on.
I will say that the copycat cities in China, they don't always make them public, so that was a little difficult.
Mm-hmm.
I know about their structures that they build there, but I don't always know where they are because they don't tell people.
Yeah. But, yeah, that's pretty cool.
I'm actually thinking that... not cities.
What would it be?
You did cars for me.
I did cars for you, and you did guitars for me.
Well, I think it's about time you guess some cars.
You want me to guess cars?
Yes, at least to the best of your ability. Even if you get some wrong, maybe it'll be educational. You know that is another passion of mine. I love automobiles.
This may be a bit hypocritical of me, but please don't try to trick me too much, because it's not going to be.
to do that.
It's not going to be too hard, is the thing, to trick me with them.
I won't trick you. You didn't try to trick me.
Yeah, I guess not. You know, at one time I was trying to look up a good angle of New York, and Las Vegas to show you, because
Those are both pretty recognizable.
There's just no good angle that looks convincing. So, yeah. Anyway, do you have fun?
Actually, I did.
Woo! I'm glad.
I just didn't like the windmill one. That's the one that I didn't like.
Sorry.
The rest of them were fine. I liked them. They're really nice, high-quality pictures.
Well, we'll do something else next time on Domino My Games.
Until then.
Bye-bye.
Bye.